Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 16th of November 2021. So stocks and bonds dump, dollar pumps as break-even soar, and there's not much news today actually. Fed issues stock market warning as valuations serve. We seem to be living in the riskiest moment of our lives, and yet the stock market seems to be napping. I admit to not understanding it. Well, I can join that club, and I think most of you can as well. With regards to this, it makes no sense unless you look at the manipulation, of course. Ron Paul exposes the Federal Reserve's failure. Well, we know they've failed on the whole. The debt has increased from 2008 when they should have let the banks go to the wall, but they didn't. And they failed miserably because there's also a rumour that Powell is going to be going because he's sort of against printing more money. They want somebody in that will just keep printing. They refuse to admit their policies are complete failures, having produced the opposite of the promised results. The result was we get through the financial crisis, we go back to normal, interest rates go back to a fair value, and none of it's happened in 13 years. Anyway, today's news, we've got core retail sales from the US later, showing a potential increase in these, and then at 2:15 we've got industrial production, which also is forecasting an increase, and if that is the case, then expect the Dow to move back to the upside. Speaking of which, let me just grab the right one. So in the Dow, we can see that we had an attempt to move higher yesterday, but overnight prices are still showing some weakness. We're just still above the 5-bar moving average yesterday, which is why we've got a green bar there, but prices also finding support at the 50% retracement. We just have a look on the upside from here back to here, projected up. You'll see that there's not a great shakes on the upside at all. We've gone back to 50% as well. So 50% up, 50% down on these moves at the moment. So a bit of a sideways and very quiet at the moment as well. You can see that. So like I say, it's more of a whistle-stop tour today of an overview of yesterday where the market was really quiet. So we saw the market move back down to Friday's high. It then bounced, came back 62%, and then straight through and found support on the overnight level at the DP where we see them buy in. And then the market's now coming back, and as we can see here from this low to the overnight low, we're sitting at 62% there as well. So yeah, very, very quiet at the moment for the Dow. In the German DAX, we can see that we're still getting all-time highs in the DAX. We've got 151 for yesterday, and overnight we've got 154, an increase of 3 points. We're still green in the MDI on the DAX as well. We've got a couple of days where the market's closed below the 5-bar moving average. And it may be worth actually just dropping the setting down on this one just to see what's going on there, so we can see where there is any potential weakness there. It's highlighted now. We can see that we had some demand there though to move the market back to the upside, and what I mean by that is that the volume is greater in this bar than the previous bar, and the range is narrower, so they're holding the market to try and bring it back, which they succeeded in doing, but it's still looking fairly weakish. It's a case of sideways, isn't it? Is it really? It's really quiet. So there's the downside targets. If the market does move lower, again you can see that the 5-bar moving average ties in with the 38% retracement, and 89 ties in with where the demand came into the market here. In the 30-minute chart, well, we saw the market open higher, then sail lower, then come back, and then just move up all of 50 points once it closed through this BRN, and then just again sideways. I mean, it's not even a 25-point range at the moment for the DAX. And in yesterday's session we started off with the market moving to the upside. Even the pre-market with the futures was really quiet, so no great shakes when the market opened. We see some selling coming into the market, then there's some supply coming in, further supply, and then prices moving sharply to the downside. Didn't quite get to the low yesterday though, but again you can see demand coming in, and then the market moving to the upside, then trading sideways. I mean, tiny bars, and then all the way through mid-morning, the same till the afternoon, when we followed the Dow south to begin with. And again, you can see the demand there, the olive green bars, volume bars, and then prices moving to the upside. We had an omni signal there, and then prices moving back to the upside, but really quiet. And overnight, again, you can see tiny little bars, barely any movement here. So hopefully the retail sales figures will mix things up a bit, but at the moment, barely any movement at all. I don't know why. There's plenty for the market to be kicking off about, but at the moment, we're really quiet. I suppose what we're doing is the 16th of November. We're only 6 weeks away from Christmas and also New Year bonuses. So maybe they're just trying to keep the market on the highs in anticipation of taking a few more quid out of the market in bonuses. And finally, in the metals markets, an interesting day yesterday. We saw silver moving lower, and then it came back. Let's just have a look intraday at this. We'll look at the 30-minute chart. So when the London FIX market lower, back to that old pattern. We can see from the overnight, though, that this was an area where the market bought back into. Yesterday morning, until we had the London FIX, prices managing to move back. We then saw the buying coming back into the market, and then prices have currently held above the $25 per ounce level there. The dollar, actually we'll stick with gold. Gold a lot stronger at the moment than silver. It's switched. If we look at the gold-silver ratio, you'll see that's the case, because if you're moving to the upside on the gold-silver ratio, it means that gold is stronger. Moving down, it means silver's making... there's more momentum in silver than there is in gold. Let's just go back to the chart. So gold, yes, moving to the upside there. I need to take out the high of gold, which is yesterday's high, 1870. That needs to be taken out. And also, if we have a look here, you'll see there's an 89% retracement here that also needs to be taken out as well. In the dollar, we can see that yesterday we had a strong move to the upside, and again, interestingly enough, that the dollar moved sharply, and they had the opportunity to sell off the silver market, but it found support, which is very interesting. Down at what is the low of this? Just out of curiosity, just in case we come and visit this area today, 24.87. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one. And again, there you can see the dollar move yesterday, big spike to the upside to drive through the previous day's high, which is required if you're going to move a market through any sort of resistance, and that's what you need to do. So prices sideways to higher at the moment. So yeah, that's about it really. I don't like these days any more than anybody else when it's really quiet, but that's the current state of what the market's doing, waiting for more news at the moment. So yeah, we'll just have to see what's delivered today. Dow looking still fairly weakish though, isn't it, overnight, but in a sideways range as well. Okay, that's it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I'll let you know, but as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the